Hi guys, Squirrel here, and welcome to part 3 of my 2 days at Scania videos. Now in part 3 we're going to be taking a look at me driving some dirt trucks, some off-road vehicles. We're going to be seeing me driving some remote control Scania trucks and also having a go of a Segway. But to kick things off, let's have a look at me having a go of Knock the King. Now Knock the King is a competition that's in the Scania Young European Truck Driver competition, although they do use an articulated trailer. In this version of it, this is just for the journalists and people turning up, it's just a truck. But the principles are all there. So I get inside this truck and the idea is I knock over a kingpin, the red pin that you can see. I have to knock it in between the two blue pins and I lose a point if I knock over a blue pin. Then I have to reverse on the far corner, there's another one. I have to do the same thing there, so I have to knock over the red pin with the back of the truck. Now the way this thing works is you lose points for everything bad that you do. So if I knock over a blue pin, I will lose a point. If I step outside of the marked area with the truck, I'll lose a point. And then having done that, having knocked over both pins, I then drive over to the front there where there's a little arrow stuck to the front of the truck, and I have to basically get that arrow into the yellow dot. If it's outside of the yellow dot, I'll lose another point. And then what happens is, if you do everything perfectly, you will finish on 0 points because you don't lose any, and then it's just a matter of who did it the quickest. So having graciously exited the truck, I went over to the adjudicator to find out what I'd done. At this point, I wasn't aware that I'd gone outside of the zone or that I'd knocked over a blue pin at the back. But how well did I do?
Minus 3 points, 59 seconds, which isn't bad. Some guy did 53 seconds, no points. So I knocked over a blue, my truck just went outside the line and I didn't finish on the bullseye, so minus 3 points. But other than that, he said it was a pretty good time.
Also at the Demo Centre they had some fun activities. One of them was remote control Scania trucks complete with a trailer. And they'd marked out a route, a road system around on the floor that you could basically drive the truck around and just reverse and go forward. It was nothing serious. You picked up the remote control, it was like a single handheld thing with a dial on it. The dial controlled the steering, and on the grip you had throttle control. I did a couple of laps of the circuit that was marked out. I also had a go at reversing into one of the marked out roads, and then I decided to drive around to the marked out parking areas and rest up my truck for the night. But you did notice, hopefully, that one of the lights was out on my truck. Tut tut Scania. The Segway. Now, this is an interesting thing. This is something I've always wanted to have a go at, but in the UK these things are not legal on the public highways or the pavements or the roads or anything like that. They're only usable on private land. The reason for that is they kind of fall through the hole in terms of legislation, old legislation. They can't classify them properly is the problem. So the Driver and Vehicle Licensing Authority currently say that you can't use them on the road or on the pavements, despite them being extremely useful. So for that reason, the only way you can ever get a go of one is if you go off to some place that rents them out on their private land. Nevertheless, I've always wanted to have a go of one. Now, this guy here, he's really helpful. He sort of taught me some techniques about how to use this, but one thing I did figure out for myself, if you ever do have a go on a Segway, the temptation is to kind of use the handlebars a little bit like a bicycle and keep your arms flexible, and that's a big mistake. What I found was much more helpful was if you bring your elbows into your body and kind of lock your arms in a rigid way, and then just use your body weight to lean. Keep your arms very rigid and just use your body to move forward, backwards and sideways. Once I started doing that, then it became so much easier. The guy took me around on a lap, and then he sort of put me on a timed lap to have a go by myself. And it turned out that I did okay. As I came over the final ramp, he was like, you could see he was, is he going to fall off? Let me just get over there just in case. We don't want him to face plant into the tarmac. but I managed to get over the ramp on my own and got a reasonably good time. Again, this was just a fun activity at the demo centre, but I'm so glad they had this there because I had a blast having to go over Segway. I just immediately wanted to get back on and do the whole thing again. As I mentioned previously, the demo centre has an off-road track. Now within the off-road track as well, there's actually a sub-track which is the red route. This particular truck, which is the R520, I didn't go into the red route. I do that in the next truck. However, this particular truck, if you notice, has a dent down on the front lower bar there. I didn't do that. That has nothing to do with me. No, really, it doesn't. Okay. Is he stopping? Yeah. Cool. We good to go?
Yep. So are you an experienced truck driver?
After today, yeah.
Okay.
To be honest, like most of the driving I've done has been virtual trucks, so I know all of these systems and stuff. I just never done it in a proper truck, but the first one they stuck me in was the 730 brake tandem 60-ton truck. So okay. Oh, this is a monster. Which way do we go?
You go left, yeah.
So that's a camera.
Front camera.
Wow. Which way? Just hang a right. Between the trees. Take it you're supposed to use the retarder down here.
Yeah. Good. And then it's right.
There's a lot of power in this thing.
Take a little look to the left.
Yeah, it's completely clear. Are these, like the three trucks here, are they different?
Yeah, they are different. The silver one or grey one, it's more off-road.
Okay.
You can go on the red track there. Here is a little more hilly.
Right.
And that is all leaf feathers island. I think this is air bellows on the rear and leaf springs on the front, and the white one is all air and have 4 axles with the last one steering.
Wow. That's quite cool.
And this one you can load to 26 tons totally, and the other one has 4 axles, you can load to 32 tons in Sweden with Swedish roads.
Right. So what do trucks like this one like find themselves in? Just like in quarries or something?
Yeah, road work and stuff like that.
Okay.
Gravel transport.
I think we're going that way.
Yeah, steer here and get around.
Is that going to go around?
I think so.
I'm not sure. I guess we're going to find out.
Yep.
Wow.
Otherwise we have the tow track just 100 meters away.
Just to bail things out?
Yep.
Is that not changing for a reason?
No, it's not changing. Because you go in the automatic modes. In the off-road mode it should be going a little more longer on the...
Okay.
But in this is not off-road mode, so...
Which way?
Going around the...
Okay. That's quite good idea, that camera, isn't it?
And then you have a camera in the rear here to see behind the truck.
Oh wow. Up to the right of that one?
Yeah. If not, he's taking that spot now. You can place it behind him.
Behind?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's it.
Do?
Yeah, that's it.
Cool. Well, that was great fun. But what I really wanted to do was to take this silver shiny triple axle truck around the red route. Things were about to get very bouncy. Right. I take it it's all pretty much the same as the other one.
Yeah.
Is it the same?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's alright.
Left, okay. Should we go that way?
Yes. You follow the red line.
Okay.
You go to the Manuel.
Okay.
You go not so much, but right.
Blimey. How's that shaky camera?
It's kind of pointless. I'm just looking at the valleys
Wow.
more than anything.
Which way? This way?
Yeah. Slow down.
Which way?
Right.
What, turn right?
No,
We're not going that way.
no, follow.
Yeah, that picked up speed coming downhill a lot more than I thought.
Take next right
Okay.
and left line.
was an experience. That's it for part 3. Coming up in part 4, we're going to be taking a look at the Young European Truck Driver Competition, taking a look behind the scenes at how Scania makes its trucks, and seeing what happened at the Euro Truck Simulator 2 tent. All that in part 4. Please give me a thumbs up if you liked the video. Until next time guys, happy trucking!